Hi, I'm Jordan the Nerd of Gold, and today is day 14 out of 52 of me trying to answer at least 52 questions about DC Comics as I count down to my birthday. Link in the comics if you want to be real cool and help me surprise my wife for my birthday. So I was going to make a video about this today regardless, but this question is perfect because it lines up with what I want to talk about. So if I were to give Peter Safran and James Gunn an elevator pitch about what I would do for DC Comics, I do have an idea for this. And I have spoken before how if I were to suddenly get that chance, I think I would prefer someone like a fringe character like either the Grifter or Azrael. Those are two characters that I think work on the edges of DC Comics. And there's something else I would want to do that still works on the edges of DC Comics, but also combines one of my favorite other favorite subjects, and that's going to be Star Trek in DC Comics. So we know the United Planets is a group that exists in the future and sometimes in the present depending on the continuity, but they are a group of planets that are working together to try to bring peace to the galaxy through diplomacy, which sounds a lot like the Federation of Star Trek. So in DC Comics, their kind of Starfleet is usually presented as the Legion of Superheroes, and sometimes some other groups depending on if it's present day or not. But I think it would be really fun to see a version of the United Planets like the League of Nations compared to the UN with the United Planets. So it's the early version of this. It is not the United Planets just yet. It's a different group, but it is what will become the United Planets. And there is a crew that is trying to be their version of Starfleet because they don't have the funding. They are being basically funded by a few planets, some rogue factions of some bigger players, and they just don't have enough money and crew to really do what they need to do, but they're still trying to do it anyway. So it's Star Trek on a budget for these people basically, and it's going to involve Captain Comet, Adam Strange, one human who's going to be a Green Lantern but isn't a Green Lantern yet. I would prefer Joe Mullen or Jessica Cruz for this role, but it could be Simon Boz or someone else as well. Then we're gonna get Ultra the multi-alien, and then a disguised Brainiac too. I'm gonna say disguised because he doesn't want his relation to Brainiac to be public at this point. So it's going to be them and maybe some other random aliens and humans populating the ship, but they're basically trying to do Star Trek in the DC universe without the resources to really do Star Trek. And this is going to be like an adventure film. It's not going to be a traditional superhero film. It is going to focus on how do we try to solve this through peace and being intelligent rather than just punching and brute forcing our way or trying to like blackmail these people into joining our group. This is a way to try to see if peace can be a forward-thinking solution, and how do we get to that point with complex problems. Because I think one of the best things about Star Trek is that it is beautiful people that are excellent at their jobs, trying to do their best in impossible situations. And that, if that doesn't sound like a group of superheroes to you, I don't know what does. And I think it would be great to see like these other characters who are like related to superheroes but not directly superheroes themselves, depending on how you want to define superheroes, which I think, considering their debut in the space age or the atomic age, they don't really count quite as full superheroes for me. They're more like space adventurers. So I think it'd be really fun to see DC space adventurers brought into a space where they have to be not punchy all the time. They have to work smarter. They have to work harder to achieve what they want, which is a lasting peace. And that is going to involve them trying to solve a strange issue. I'm not entirely sure what the nature of the conflict of the film should be at this point. I just think it'd be really cool to see these DC space characters brought together in a Star Trek-like setting. So that's my little elevator pitch for it. And if you want to see a further development on this, please let me know in the comments by liking this video.